Los Angeles. It's the Tom Leykis Show.
Fascinating.
And now, here he is, Tom Leykis.
Thank you for tuning into the Tom Leykis Show. This is where America gets together to talk about the issues you really care about. It's a different kind of a radio talk program. We're the radio talk show that is not hosted by a right-wing wacko or a convicted felon. No! I am your host. Write down our toll-free telephone number. If you're going to need it, it's 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. We appreciate it. Here we are together again on the radio. Yes, it's the Christmas season, and all the charities now, these various charities backed by newspapers around America, are telling us the sob stories of the single mothers who can't make ends meet this holiday season. Won't you help? I won't help. Let me make this clear. I won't help, but that doesn't mean I won't help anybody. It means I will limit my help to those who have done the right thing or tried to do the right thing, and for whatever reason, it just wasn't enough. But I believe that having a child without a father around is the wrong thing to do, and I'm not going to support that lifestyle, period. I'm not going to help. I'm opposed. So I will not be sending money to any charity that helps single mothers. I'm out. I know people who came to this country and have tried to work their way up, and they work really, really hard. And they have had problems with, even though they are legal immigrants, they've had problems with immigration for members of their family. They've had problems with the language. I've helped people like that. I have helped people who spouse died, left them with all the family responsibilities. I've helped people like that. The people who decide they're going to get knocked up, but they don't need a man around, and then later on they write to the newspaper for help, no, not helping them. No interest. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's 1-800-5800-866. Karen on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Karen.
Hey, listen, you know what? I have to go with you on this for sure. There are so many young women now out there, and they're making a decision to go ahead and have illegitimate babies. And I'm not talking about 17, 18-year-old women. I'm talking about 13-year-old women, 14-year-old young women that it gives them status in their social class, some of them. And I'm referring to a lot of young Hispanic women. We have a program at our local high school that supports these gals from the time that they become pregnant, and it gives them their prenatal care through our local high school. I know this because I'm an ER nurse at that particular hospital.
Now, are there high schools where you live that have daycare?
Absolutely. This is Ventura County, California.
I hate it.
And it is shameful, actually. This is a huge high school district as well. And what they do is they pool these girls together. Many of them have multiple fathers of multiple children. And, again, these girls start at age 13, 14, and 15. Tom, here's the other thing. This program started about 7 years ago. There were 30-some young women in it then. Now there are over 150 in the same program. Now, granted, the community's grown. You know, the county has grown tremendously. But I have to say that there hasn't been nearly enough prevention, number one, or education, number two, you know, to keep these girls from going out there and making mistakes. But the point is that we're supporting it. And it's got to stop. And I can tell you this, you can talk to people in the community that have no idea that that program even exists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's I'm going with you on this, and, you know, keep up the good work.
Well, thank you, Karen.
Okay.
Appreciate the call. No problem at all. Jamie on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
This is really frustrating to me because there are single women out there that handle their business, that have 4 kids and work all the time and take care of their kids and do homework with their
Somebody is sending them child support. Somebody is helping them do it.
No, actually, you're wrong.
No woman is supporting 4 kids without a check from the government or a check from an ex.
No government, nope.
No woman is doing that. And by the way, if a woman is doing that, those children are growing up with nothing.
No, they're not. not. They're growing up with something. They see that role model in a strong woman, Tom.
That is not a role model we want to aspire to. Absolutely not.
She can't be a role model.
A woman who's a baby factory and keeps pumping out children she can't afford, that's not a role model.
Her kids. She's
What?
taking care of
Who's
her kids.
doing this? I don't see it.
You might not see it. You can't see everything.
Because you know what? To support 4 children, you need to make $50,000 a year. I don't see a lot of women making $50,000 a year who have 4 children and no husband.
It's done.
Yeah, really? Name one. Do you do it?
My sister does it.
Really? Your sister makes $50,000 a year? Your sister makes $50,000 a year.
Yes, she makes $50,000 a year.
Doing what?
She sells cars.
She sells cars.
Yep.
And there's no father around for these children.
There is no father.
And you think that's good for the children, do you?
Excuse me?
And you think that's good for the children, do you?
You know what? They're born and they're here, so what can you do about it now?
Well, you know what? What you could have done is not had children by how many different fathers, by the way?
What you coulda, woulda,
How many different fathers?
shoulda.
How many?
You know what?
How many different fathers?
She's handling her business.
How many different fathers?
What if it was maybe...
How many different fathers is that slut of a sister of yours involved with?
Tom, that's ridiculous.
How
She's
many?
handling her business.
How many?
Why does it matter?
4 different fathers, right?
How many fathers?
4 different fathers, right?
Okay, one father.
One father, 4 children?
That's irrelevant. What does that have
It's not irrelevant. It's not irrelevant because it shows irresponsibility.
to do?
It is irresponsible. And yes, fathers are necessary. Yes, we men are necessary. Sorry about that, sister. We are necessary.
I'm not saying you're not necessary, Tom. I didn't say that. But if a woman is put in a situation, she can't...
She wasn't put in a situation. She put herself in a situation.
No, a dude didn't have inside of her, Tom.
Dear, how did that penis get in there? Was she raped?
No.
No. She said, come on, baby, give it to me. Stick it in. That's what she said. This situation didn't come upon her. She invited it in. She caused it to happen to herself. No one else is responsible. I'm getting tired of these women trying to shirk responsibility for opening their legs, going, stick it in, baby, and then complaining about the guy who stuck it in.
She's taking on the responsibility, Tom. It's consensual, and the daddy is not taking on the responsibility.
Who picked him? Who picked him?
Oh, God.
Who chose that man to father her children? Who?
It happens all the time, Tom.
Who did it? I don't care. The fact that people do irresponsible things all the time doesn't make it right. Who picked the irresponsible father of those children?
There's a whole bunch.
Who picked him? Who said, come on in and do me?
And they don't want to.
Who said that?
They don't want.
Who made the bad choice, that had the bad judgment to pick an irresponsible man?
She can deal with it, and she's dealing
Well,
with it.
she didn't deal with it. 4 times she said, come on, knock me up again, you irresponsible deadbeat. Come on, do me. Keep doing me. What does this guy do for a living, by the way, this deadbeat?
He's self-employed.
What does that mean? He sells crack?
He's self-employed.
What does he do? You don't even know what he does. So why did your sister continue to ask this man to impregnate her?
That's her choice.
No, dear, yeah, that's not an answer. That's not an answer. That's not an answer. I don't want to hear about how irresponsible he is because she let him do it time and time again.
But she can deal with it, so why are you...
No, she's not dealing with it because the kids have an irresponsible, uninvolved father because she chose it.
And
That's not dealing with her. That's not dealing with her business. That's being irresponsible. What?
They're not going to be okay if they don't have a father?
No, they're not. You know what? They're not. Because it's going to be another generation of people popping out kids with no father around, and it's going to continue.
Maybe they'll be different.
May I ask, is this what race is this woman, please?
She's white.
She's white? So, of course, it's Seattle. Sorry, why did I ask?
What are you thinking?
I don't know. I'm asking.
But what I'm saying...
Because it's Seattle, I assume she was Caucasian.
You're really hating on single women, and a lot of us can handle it, and you just need to quit. Just because I know plenty of men that would deal with the fact that I have a child, too.
Oh, you did it, too. That's very responsible. That's great.
I'm handling my business.
You're handling your business. But the fact that you can pay the bills is not enough. Your child needs a father. And if you were mature enough to pick a responsible man to have a child with, what?
My child has a father.
Yeah, does he live at your address?
No, he doesn't have to live at my
Yes, he does, dear. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Don't you? You know what? You are just engaging in denial because you realize you can't give your child what your child needs.
Oh, I can give my child.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
I do it.
No, you can't. You're not a man. You're not a man, and your child needs a man in the house.
She does have a man around her. She doesn't.
What, whatever man you're having sex with this week? Please. Yeah, hang on a second. Denise, what did you want to say to Jamie here?
Well, she can say that her sister's taking care of business. If her sister's making $50,000 a year, her kids are being raised by daycare.
Okay,
Not her
whose kids
sister's.
don't go to school? Whose kids don't go to school, Brad? Come on now.
They don't
Your
go to
kids probably
school?
go to school. If you got kids, at least her kids are getting educated and not sitting in front of a TV at home.
Yeah, they're being educated by their slut mother, and that's going to be their role model ultimately, and they're going to be popping out kids at 14 and 15. You watch.
You're doing sluts all the time. Come on now.
I'm not doing sluts who have kids.
Yeah, right.
I'm not doing
right.
sluts who have kids. My sluts don't have kids.
You strapped it. So whatever.
Yeah, I
You're
strap it. That's right.
No.
And I'm with women who make me strap it. That's the bottom line.
Okay, and that's fine.
Your
but you gotta
sister
look
is
at
not as
every single
responsible.
situation.
Lycus,
I'm a real man. I got big brass balls.
LA's #1 afternoon talk show.
Ooh, big brass ball.
That's right.
Again.